Great to be back for my 20th year reunion here. 20 years ago, the building opened up, and we were sort of sitting here, and it's great to really never leave. By the way, I have my Lily drone on order. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, you've heard of the Internet of Things. I'm going to be talking about the Internet of Food, and I'm going to start it with a question. What if we could listen to our food? So, if you look today, there's a lot of information that's out there, stamped on the side of packages, et cetera, but it's essentially all analog. Every other part of our life has gone digital, whether it's music, movies, taxi cabs, selfie drones, you name it. Everything else is getting an electronic platform that's making it much smarter, but food is kind of stuck back in the 70s. So if you look, it's the world's largest industry, $21.5 trillion. Only 0.14% goes into information for consumers. And as a result, we're kind of lost when it comes to food. What food do I have? When did I get it? How long have I had it? Can I still eat it? How do I make it? Is it good for me? How do I match it with my health objectives? All of these places, people get really confused with all of this static information, and they're looking for ways to make that easier. Let me give you an example of a problem that affects all of us: food waste. So if food waste were a country, it would be number 3 in greenhouse gas emissions, right? That's a big deal. About 30 to 40% of the food goes to waste in the United States, about 30% globally. The average American family wastes $1,500 per year in food waste. And it's not just the dollars. You walk over to the trash, you drop the food in, and you just feel terrible. You feel like you failed. And so these are all of the kinds of problems that are occurring because it's hard for us to manage food in all of the ways that matter. So if we could listen to our food, what could it tell us? What kind of information could it provide to help tackle some of these challenges? So it might tell us, well, where did it come from? How long has it been in the fridge, and can I still eat it? Is there an allergy or some other health concern to be looking at? Maybe different ways to help prepare it. So food actually has a tremendous amount of information within it. And so that's what we're looking to do, is to unlock that. So what if our kitchens could listen to our food and try and help us out with some of these challenges? So there's actually a lot of science. So we heard a little bit about computer vision. That's an example that now applying this type of technology to do facial recognition for food, both for packaged food and raw food. If your fridge can talk to your food and figure out how long it's been there and what do you got and what could you do with it. There's advanced sensors coming out that can smell ethylene, biogenic amines, other chemicals that are associated with how food ages. There's spectroscopy, there's all sorts of different science happening. You're seeing recipes that have been analog for thousands of years now turning into machine readable that can actually program your kitchen and reach in. And now, once you have this kind of approach, you can now start to cook things in very different ways that preserve more nutrition, that get really an expert level of chef quality and taste, but do it with regular consumer ovens and make that much simpler. So this is all about the digitization of this last big market, food. And so if you look here, so once we can listen to our food, what if we could take that information and connect it into our home in a way that we could make that actionable intelligence, that we could really do something different? And the end goal is, how do we empower people through food? This is something that I'm personally very passionate about, is how can we help people be more successful with food, live healthier lives, tastier lives, have more joy, more time with family, eating real food, and the joy of preparing that? What if we could make people more successful with that? So the future of food, we believe, is connected. And I'm not talking about adding Wi-Fi. So that's a great trend that's happening. All of the kitchen appliances coming out in the next couple of years. It costs 20 or 30 bucks to add Wi-Fi. So guess what? It's showing up everywhere. But we talked to one of the executives in these companies, and he said, we're building movie theaters. We just don't have any movies yet. Right? It's just doing basic remote control stuff. And so the idea is, now what if we could connect food to the appliances? What if we could listen to food? We could use all of the science, all of the information, all the content, all the celebrity chef cooking tips. We could put all of that and now bake it into the kitchen, make it part of that, so your cabbage can talk to your fridge and tell you that it's time to put it into a stir fry with that leftover chicken. Your cutting board, you come back from the farmer's market with an artichoke. You've never made an artichoke, but suddenly a video pops and helps you, just like GPS in your car. And finally, you put it in the oven, you click play, and you run a 14-step recipe that gets Michelin star results. It's coming, and it's going to be great. But the thing that's most important is if we can make people successful with food, we can really help tackle a lot of these challenges. And really, the same way that the rest of our lives have gone digital, we're pretty excited about the next few years in food. Thank you.